Welcome back to the Maybom New Homes Blueprint. We are here today. I'm so excited with the Tillery Park sales team. They have wrapped up an incredible amount of sales in Tillery Park, and we still have a few final opportunities remaining. And we've thought we need to get them in here and make sure that everybody knows in the community kind of what is available still, how many are left, and all that. So, Jaime, talk to us a little bit about the neighborhood and who the builder is.
So this is Tillery Park.
Okay.
We are representing First Choice Home Builders, so really quality builder in our area. We have 10 houses left.
Okay, only 10.
Only 10.
Okay.
Only 10.
Only 10.
Man, that's gone fast.
And it's located off Baker Place Road, just over I-20 bridge.
Okay.
So more towards Wrightsboro Road, like the Grovetown Harlem side. So away from all that congestion around William Few and Baker Place and all those neighborhoods.
Okay. Okay. And what schools does that feed into then? If I have young children, what schools would Tillery Park feed into?
Uchee Creek Elementary, Harlem Middle, and Harlem High School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay, great.
same.
You know, I can't keep up with all of the zoning things, but
Yes.
a lot of your home buyers might be, you know, bringing children with them. So, Kyle, compared to where the neighborhood is located, what are some good landmarks? If I'm not familiar with that area, what's kind of close by, whether it's a grocery store or a store or gas station?
So you are probably 8 minutes or less from exit 190 and all that exit 190 has to offer. There's been so much growth through that corridor.
Great.
We won't talk about the Diverging Diamond, but
do that again.
There's a lot of great restaurants. Of course, the Chick-fil-A. I mean,
sure. Who doesn't want that?
Got to have that.
Yeah.
And then that Kroger super grocery store is another great location there. And then you're really only about 15 minutes from Fort Gordon as well.
Okay. So another good opportunity for our military men and women, or, you know, again, contract employees, cyber employees that are working on base to be able to get in and out of there. Kyle, what's that average price point look like, and kind of what is the square footage looking like?
So we've got everything from, I would say, high 300, so 380, 390, running all the way up to 500. Square footage ranges from about 2,400 square feet to, I believe we have one that's 3,200 square feet.
Okay.
And then we have some interesting opportunities because we have both front access or front entry garages as well as alleyway product or rear entry garages. Which is a really great way to kind of maximize the square footage you can get out of a lot in that type of development.
And that's unusual, I feel like, for this area. That's kind of a neat little...
It's something that some of these developers have started doing, and I love the look of it, love the feel of it. And then they added pocket parks in here, which, if you're not familiar with those, you know, the old cookie cutter neighborhood, it was just houses as far as the eye can see. Well, they've left some, you know, 1 to 2 acre just patches that are really well landscaped, and just kind of left those open to make it feel more like a true community and not just... we're, you know, cramming as many houses as possible in here.
Well, the intentionality, I think, of that also, you know, speaks to builders and developers in any neighborhood, but especially Maybom. I know we do our best to carve lots out of the land, not necessarily make the land what we need. And I think that's great because no matter if you have dogs, you have children, everybody needs a little bit of space to walk or to at least have breath of fresh air. I mean, maybe go take a phone call. You know, sometimes it's nice for those of us that, you know, maybe work from home. You like to go outside and take those phone calls with your AirPods in and get some fresh air. Maybe if the weather, you know, cools down one day, we'll be able to do that. But within those square footage, what is kind of that Jaime's setup look like of, you know, are we looking at 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms? What's kind of a standard plan?
4 bedrooms.
Okay.
Yep. We have, I think, 1 home left that's a 5 bedroom.
Correct.
Okay.
But everything else is 4 bedrooms.
Okay. And we've only got 10 of those left.
Correct.
10 left, yes.
And what at this point, is there any customization left? Are those all done and on the ground?
They're done
ready to go?
Ready to go. Move in ready.
So 30 days. I mean, if you're pre-approved and
we recently closed one in about 20 days. So
that's great.
If you're in a pinch and you're looking for a home, it's a great spot.
You call us, we get maybe a mortgage involved. We get you insured. We're ready to go. Tell us a little bit about, you know, Jaime, what that ideal homeowner looks like. You know, who have you guys seen buying these properties so far?
I mean, I think it's really run the gamut. We have some retired folks. We have just single folks living in the houses. And we just recently, you know, have 2 families that have purchased with us that have young kids.
Okay. So it's a mixed bag.
Yes. Super close to the schools. Really close if you want to get away from the Grovetown shopping. You're just right down the road from quaint little Harlem.
Yeah.
So the Harlem Java House, the little Mexican Italian restaurant that's in town. So
is that a combo, Mexican and Italian combo?
Makes everybody happy.
What's it called?
Monte Olivio's.
Okay. Oh.
So if you want salsa and chips and spaghetti,
I'm learning new things more than real estate today. Okay. Yes. Mexican and Italian.
And there's even a cute little ice cream shop called Main Street Treats.
Perfect.
So it's
all of your treats.
Coffee. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good too. I think
like 10 minutes.
Well, I think a lot of people, especially those of us that maybe grew up here, you think Grovetown and then you think Harlem, you forget kind of there's this little area that's just the sweet spot. You can get to either so nicely, but still not be in the diverging diamond per se, right? In the hustle and bustle. Poor Columbia County. We're going to have them on the podcast. We're giving them a run for their money with this. This diamond works very well.
But it does. I get it. But if you've never gone through it, just don't do it blindfolded.
It is scary. Don't do it at night either the first time. So, okay, Kyle, if I live here, what are kind of, what do I do? What are my amenities? What else? You said the pocket parks. Is there anything else close by even that maybe I would go to do in my spare time? Or
well, on top of the pocket parks, they're still developing this neighborhood. So there is a pool that is coming, and there's going to be some facilities with that. So that'll be a really nice addition. You're also very close to the Columbia County Fairgrounds. So anything that's going on there, that's just a hop, skip,
always
and a jump.
Something going on there.
And then, I mean,
Patriots Park is not far.
Not far at all.
All those trails too are so shady.
And the Greenway, the Uchi Creek trails.
Bartram Trail Golf Course is close by. And everybody, especially locals, we always think of Grovetown being so far out there, but you're really only a 20-minute drive from Evans Town Center and all the things that are going on here.
Sure.
All the restaurants that are popping up and the growth that's been exciting in our area.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then, again, we have White Oak out in Appling. I mean, there's a lot of commercial growth happening both directions. Right. So I think you're kind of right in that sweet spot of being close to both. Tell me a little bit more about, the First Choice team and kind of what, Jerry has done with these homes and y'all representing him and kind of what that means for you, Jaime.
It's been really a kind of a neat experience. This is the second time I've worked with First Choice.
Okay.
And they're just a great builder, great partner. Anything that we need, they're on it. If we give them feedback about a certain house, they take that feedback. We are also offering a $10,000 builder incentive right now.
Great.
So that's a great option for folks to use towards closing cost. Or
if I'm not familiar with what a $10,000, kind of incentive is, that's for the buyer.
Yes. Okay. It's for the buyer.
And they take that. Yep. How do they use that?
Well, the best phrase I've heard, if incentive's not familiar, call it flex money.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
You use it how you want to use it.
Okay.
I mean, you can even get really creative and call John Mark at Maybon Mortgage and maybe get a buy down out of that.
Okay.
That'd be a great way to do it if you're worried about the interest rates.
Gotcha.
But I mean, a lot of people use it for blinds, refrigerator,
maybe some upgrades.
Fence if it needs it. Some of our product does include fence,
okay.
but if it doesn't and you would like a fence, it can go towards that.
Okay. And that's running right now on these last 10 homes for at least for a limited time.
Yes.
So you need to call and check with the site team. If I already have an agent, that's also for new homes is kind of confusing. If I'm already working with an agent, we've been looking at resale. Does that agent still represent me? How does that work? Do they call you? Yeah. Can I come out? What does that scoop look like?
And that's one of the things that we are very adamant. We would love to work with our co-op agent partners, bring them out. Some of them aren't as familiar with new construction.
Okay.
They're obviously not as familiar with our homes,
these products,
as we are. So Kyle and I are happy to walk them through the product, explain what the benefits are of new construction, which I think there are many versus resale.
Sure.
We're also here as a resource. New construction and resale are two different avenues in this business, and they operate very differently. So we're there as a resource, not only for the agent if it's their first time, but make sure their buyer's comfortable. At the end of the day, we want both sides to be happy.
Right.
So being able to walk them through and making sure that they feel easy and understand the process is a big part of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think there's a misconception. And I think, that's why people get kind of used car salesman vibes and they get nervous to call an agent because they don't want to feel pressured. But I love that about our site teams. There's always someone on site. Yes. What are y'all site hours?
We are 1 1 to
5.
Monday
Okay.
through Sunday. So 7 days a week, 1 to 5.
So there's always somebody out there. And again, the pressure is not there. We are there to help show you properties, to answer those questions. Come and go as you please. I know we have a lot of people in the community that come in just to take a look, just to take a little gander. Some people take months and months to make those decisions. I wouldn't do that here because we are on limited inventory. But, you know, a lot of people have, it's their biggest investment, right? So a lot of people have the need to come back and ask a lot of questions. But I think that is the great thing about site teams. There is not the intimidation because you guys know those products backwards and forwards. You're representing the builder, but you also are here to help that potential home buyer and homeowner, work through their questions, or like Kyle said, advise them on rates and what does that look like, and connect them with vendors, lenders, whatever they need to make those really good, well-informed decisions for the biggest purchase of their, lives at the moment.
Absolutely.
Okay. You alluded a little bit. We've got some future phases coming, which is great. We won't spoil that, but tell me with this, section specifically, maybe how would you describe it? What do you feel about Tillery that you don't necessarily feel in the neighborhood next to it?
I think Tillery is very unique. We have, I think, the Old Town collection, the alley style garage product, makes the neighborhood have a whole different feel than a lot of other neighborhoods.
I think it feels homey.
That's
how I would. It feels homey. It feels like the aesthetic and the layout. It feels like somewhere you want to live.
Right.
And even though it is a production build type development, there's such a great amount of variation in this neighborhood that you don't feel like you're going to walk into your neighbor's house and see the exact same floor plan.
Yeah. Which I think is great because, again, a lot of people are in a pinch, or they, maybe you put their home on the market and it's going to sell quickly and they're ready to kind of make that move. And these are already available. A lot of times with new homes, we talk about things coming and things that you can build, or things that are, 30, 60, 90, 120 days. I feel like at 120 days, we need to stop saying, 120 days, because it's like saying your kid's 29 months old. Like we got to stop that at a certain point. So I feel like at that point, then they start to get restless and they feel like it's going to take forever.
Right.
But these are ready to go.
They're ready to go.
Obviously you have a little bit of wiggle room if you want to add, like you said, different blinds or fences, or change out anything, kind of cosmetically that way. If you
Within reason.
If you want to get somebody in there to paint before you move in, and you've put it under contract. You still have, there's not anybody living in it.
Right.
So I think that's the beautiful thing about new homes is that, once you put that under contract and have that period of time. So I think that's great. We've only got 10 homes left. We're in the upper 3s to about 5s, mid 5s.
Yeah. Yep. Well, everything's under 5.
Under 5. Okay. So we're like 380.
400 to 500 would be a really easy way to put it.
Yep.
Okay. So that's a really good sweet spot, I think, for this area, especially in that Grovetown, market right now. I think they are very competitively priced. And they look beautiful. And I do think they're homey.
I think this is a great opportunity for a buyer to grab a first choice home in this price range. They don't normally actually build in this price range. They're usually about a tier up. So
a little bit higher,
there's some things that they do with these floor plans that you don't normally see.
Okay.
And it's a lot of nice trim work, just additions.
Finishes are top notch.
Absolutely, for this price range. So, don't sleep on these. This was a unique project for them, and they've been really excited about it. But they've brought a great product to this price range.
Yeah. Well, we've been really proud to represent First Choice for years and years, but especially in this product and this project specifically, because like you said, it was a little bit different. But we've been excited. Y'all have done a great job. So come see Kyle and Jamie. They will be on site 1 to 5, Monday through Sunday, Sunday to Monday, however you, Sunday.
Right.
Sunday.
7 days a week.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day, 1 to 5. Yeah. They will be out there. Also, we will tag the information on how to see the available homes in our social media posts. And again, their site team information will also be there. So reach out to them at any point. And we look forward to seeing you guys next time on the Maybell New Homes Blueprint. Every time I say blueprint, I spit a little bit.
And cut.